Hello guys, and we're back, and in today's video we'll be talking about variables, and we'll make actually a really simple program about favorite numbers, but more on that later. Let's talk first about variables. So what are they? Variables are actually symbolic names for a specific memory location where we place our data. So every variable has to have its type and it has to have its name. So we have a list of types here. I assume that you already know these types from the last video, and I will delete this for now, and we will start to make our project, our program. So in this program we will ask a user what is his favorite number, and user will provide us with the answer, and then we will display the answer on the screen. Okay, so first things first, we need to make a variable for a favorite number because we need to place the answer from the user that we get from the user. We need to place that answer somewhere. So in order to make a variable, we always need to think which type will this variable be. So because it's a favorite number variable, we know that the favorite number is always a whole number, so we'll use type int. And now when we selected a type for this variable, we need to name the variable. You can name your variable any way you want. There are some rules to follow, and that is that every variable has to start with a letter, and you can only use letters from English alphabet. You cannot use letters from any other alphabets apart from English. Okay, so another rule is that you cannot start a name of the variable with a number like this. You cannot name the variable like this. It has to start with a letter. You can use uppercase letters as symbols and even numbers, but the first on the first place has to be a letter. Okay, so right now we are making a variable for favorite number. We can name it any way we want. For example, x. We know that x is a variable very common used in math. And for example, if this was a bigger program, then we would have a bunch of variables. So if we were naming our variables x, y, z, a, b, c, I don't know, something like that, it would be extremely hard to find out which one is used for what, you know. So we will always tend to name our variables that way that they are reminding us for what are they used. So if I'm naming a variable for favorite number, I can call it favorite number, of course, like this. Right now when you see this variable, it's quite hard to understand which word is which, like which word starts somewhere, especially if it's a bigger name. So we can use this favorite number like this, and in this way we can like make some spaces between words and make it more readable. Another way is this Camelcase favorite number like this. And something else that is used especially in bigger programs is this. This I stands for int. So when we're making a bigger program, we need to always keep track of which type is the variable that we are working with. So this way, but with this I, we know that somewhere underneath this, when we use this variable, we're working with a variable that is type int. So if this variable was type float, for example, I would use f here. So let's start making our program. And right now, of course, we need a variable for favorite number. I will use this way. So this is called a definition of a variable. Actually, you can make more definitions for different variables that are the same type, like this. for example, favorite number, variable A, variable B, variable C. So here I have 4 definitions in one line, 4 definitions for 4 variables that are, and all of these 4 variables are type int, but we don't need that for now. If we want to add some value to the variable, we use it like that. We use that like this: favorite number 100, let's say, or 13. 13 is, for example, my favorite number. Or we can do it all inside of the one line like this. Actually, this operator right here isn't used like it's used in math. That doesn't mean that favorite number is equal to 13. This is actually called addition operator. So it's used to take the value that is on the right side of the operator and to take this value and to add it here to this variable. So what is it actually doing is that it takes this value and it places it inside of the memory where the memory place for this, where is the memory place for this exact variable. Okay, but we don't need that right now because we will ask our user to type in the his favorite number. So once we have the definition of the variable, we can start making our program. What is your favorite number? Question mark is more convenient, and we will place here like a place where user can display his answer. Okay, and I'll type in return 0. And now when we run this program, as you can see, it executed correctly. But we need to show, we need to make our program able to take some number that user types in. So we'll do that using the Scanf function. That is a new function that we haven't met before, and it's used like this. So we need to scan anything that user types in. So we need to put here here inside. We need to put like conversion character for whichever value we think that user should type in. Like we know that we've asked our user what is your favorite number, so user will type in a whole number. So we'll use conversion character %d, which is used for integers. Okay, and here we need to type in where should this number be located. Well, where should we place it? Where should it be placed? We have a variable here, favorite number, and we've made it so we can place actually the number which user types in somewhere. So we will place it, of course, to this variable. And if we, for example, run this program right now, it will report an error. You will see just a moment. What is your favorite number? Let's say user types in 7, and process return -1 0 and so on. So this program didn't execute correctly, and that is because we haven't used here an address operator, and we need to use it. So that means we use it like this: shift plus 7. You hold shift and type 7 in English keyboard. So that is actually what that does is actually when the program scans this this number that user types in, it will place it on the address for this variable. So, and right now the program will actually execute correctly, but what's left is for us to provide it on the screen, like to write, I don't know, users, the favorite number of our user is %d. And right now, in the last video, when we were using printf function, we were always typing here numbers like 15, 20, I don't know. But right now, we don't know which number will user type in. But that's why we use this variable. We will place whichever number user types in, we'll put it here. And when we want to display the number that user typed in, we can use this variable. So we will use this variable right here, and the program will work actually. So now when we run this program, as you can see, user types in some number. I will type in 13, for example. And the favorite number of our user is 13. Process returns 0. So that means the program executed correctly. And that is a program where that is really pretty simple and small. But the most important thing is that you learned how to use these variables and scanf functions and printf functions, how to name the variables and how to give them a type. So that would be pretty much it for this video. In the next video, we'll talk a little bit about operators in C and how to use those operators. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel too as well, and put the notification bell on in order to be in touch with us with our latest videos, because we upload daily. And see you next time.